Well, it's not a bad morning to make a video when you wake up to something like this. Well, good morning, Epic Cars. I'm down here on vacation in Florida along 30A. And man, it is a beautiful morning. Surf is up, so it's going to be great for boogie boarding. My newest video talks about a new project that I brought in the other day before I left for vacation, and really wanted to just kind of talk about getting your car ready for sale. In this particular case, I found it on Facebook Marketplace. The guy had done terrible pictures, a terrible write-up, a description, basically didn't say anything about the truck. And so I had to spend a lot of time just messaging back and forth with him to kind of figure out exactly what I was looking at. When I got there, it just occurred to me that I probably need to talk about this with you guys, or, I mean, it's common sense kind of stuff, but in the fact that just doing a good job presentation style for either a Facebook Marketplace ad or just anywhere where you're doing an advertisement for your car is worth the time and effort. Doing an accurate description and just taking some time to clean up the car and things like that in the beginning would have resulted in a higher sales price. That he could have just listed it at a higher sales price. So enjoy the video and thank you for watching, and I'm going to enjoy my vacation. Thanks, guys. Well, on the way down south to pick up a new project, guys. Driving the Excursion, got the car hauler on the back, and we're going to see in a second what this car addict is picking up again. I know I have a problem. I've admitted I have a problem. I just made a video about getting rid of projects so that I have more space in my shop to get stuff done, and literally less than 4 days later I'm going to go pick up another project. So I'm hopeless. I agree. I'm sorry. Look what I got there. And for 20 bucks, you can get the truck looking a lot better if you would just wash it before somebody comes and picks it up to buy it. Presentation is everything, boys. Excursion did good. A little squatted down there because I've got so much stuff in the back. I've got the trailer. I've got the truck a little too far up on the trailer there. And then ooh, well, let me try to get my finger. What's that right there? I don't know. What is that? Let's go take a look. Something just came from the UPS ferry. Those look like springs. I wonder what those springs are for. I wonder what they're for. No idea. Well, guys, let me introduce you to old Bessie, as I'm going to affectionately call her. She's a 1969 Ford F100, four-wheel drive, 360 V8, in pretty good shape. I mean, overall, it's definitely had a repaint over its lifetime. A lot of the body panels don't line up because of, see, somebody put this wonky body lift on and it doesn't even hardly fit on there. Half the body lift pucks aren't even on straight, so none of the body lines line up. So I'll be taking that body lift off and putting it back down on the frame. But they had to put the body lift on in order to clear the 35s. These are 35 1250s. I'm going to go to a little smaller tire. I like the look of the 35s, don't get me wrong. It's just that it's just too big for this truck, too wide for this truck. I'll probably be going with something about 34 inches tall and quite a bit skinnier, almost like stock. I want to put the stock steel wheels back on and really make it kind of like it came out of the factory. And yes, don't criticize me too much. I've got some zip ties holding on the bumper right now because nothing really lines up, as I said, because of the body lift. See, that's where the frame horn is, and that's where that bolt right there should be down there. So we're about an inch, 2 inches too high because of the body lift. But I just wanted to mock things up. When I bought the truck, this was not on it. This little, I don't know what that's called, valance or something, a little trim piece was not on. So I just spent about 20 minutes this afternoon just putting that back on, just loosely screwing it into place and then zip tying the bumper up to where it would be so I can get a good look at the front end. It's actually got a pretty good grill. It is bent in a few spots, but I think it's something that I can probably get straight without having to get a whole new grill because they're getting kind of expensive. Right now it's an Ord, instead of a Ford, but I did find the F inside, so that's good. In the glove compartment was a Kenwood Stereo. Let me see if I can pull it out here. I put it underneath the seat. Kind of old one, but a Kenwood Stereo. Needs a new dash mat, obviously. Somebody at one time cut the headliner out, which is really a shame. I mean, you can get these again, but they're about $100. But that looks to be the original headliner, and they cut it to put speakers in. This is a later model Ford seat. It is a 4-speed 4-wheel drive. Like I said, no power steering. Radio has not been cut, so that's the original radio. Heat, no air. And just look at they're not pristine. I mean, they need to be wiped down, but they're in really good shape as far as inside the doors, and the body. It's got a new exhaust system on it. It's got a pretty big bumper on the back, but again, it doesn't line up right because of the body lift. So I'll put that back on the ground. It's got a good hitch, and the guy even threw in a couple of other hitches. And when I saw that it had a Dr. Pepper thing in the bed, I just had to buy it because I sure love Dr. Pepper. Overall, the reason I'm making this video is I'm trying to show that you can do a much better job in presentation. This gentleman that sold this to me, just because of the way he presented the vehicle, not only on Facebook Marketplace, but whenever I showed up on site, he probably could have listed this thing for at least $1,000, if not $1,500 to $2,000 more than what he listed it for. And he would have had probably 5 guys lined up to buy this. But because of the way he listed this, the pictures he took, the description was 0. And then, you know, I gave the guy 2 hours notice that I was going to be there, and he didn't have a battery in it. You know, he hadn't pulled it out. One tire was flat. I mean, guys, just a little bit of effort, and it would have made him a lot of money. And in this case, everything that went wrong while I was in the truck or test driving the truck, I used as to my advantage to get the price down. So I actually got him to come down almost 30% off of his asking price, just because of the presentation. Man, I'm in love. So the moral of the story, guys, is be ready when a buyer shows up at your house for a car. Make sure it's clean. It's got gas in it. Oh, that was the other thing. It ran out of gas. It has gas in it. Tires aren't flat. Battery works. That'd be great. And man, do a better job taking pictures. This is the exact same truck that I showed up, and it was covered in mud, and it was back in this, kind of backed into this area with trees and mud on it. I mean, he knew I was coming. He could have got it ready, and he would have made more money. So, but I'm glad. I'm glad he didn't. I mean, I guess I saved some money on the long run. But here's my new project, Old Bessie. See you guys. God bless.